Alrighty, what is up everybody? I think my beginning video may have gotten corrupt or something along those lines. I couldn't find it. But anyways, for just a quick summary, I started a new Minecraft Dungeons character, and I basically just kind of talked about, some little things you might have not known about the game, though it has been out for quite some time now, so you probably do know. In other words, don't worry about it. This is basically just me playing the game, and that's it. So I've already done the Squid Coast tutorial level and Creeper Woods. I'm going to save Creepy Crypt for maybe later, so that for now I can do Soggy Swamp. Let me just equip this new bow. It looks rather nice. And let me get rid of this one. Alrighty. And then let me get this stuff into place. Alrighty. Here we go. I don't know if you guys can hear me okay. If not, just put it in the chat. You might hear me say that a couple of times. Let me just do another quick mic check. Check, check, check.
A coven of wicked witches live at the heart of the sinister swamp. They conjure up all manner of brews to empower the Arch-Illager and his ever-growing army. If you don't find and defeat those witches, the Illagers will be unstoppable. But tread carefully. The swamp is home to many horrors.
Alrighty, looks like I can't quite get down there. If you guys are experiencing any lag, let me know in the chat as well. It might have somewhat to do with my settings. Let me take a look. Whoop, nope, don't want to do that. That was the wrong thing. Okay. Oh, that should be a little bit better. Alrighty. Hey, come on you. I see you. Let me at him. And I fell in the water. Alrighty, that wasn't good. It's time to do this again. Man, the baby zombies are always the worst. Well, the baby zombies and the armored ones. They really take a couple hits. Let's see, how are we on the map? Pretty good. I don't quite have much experience with the streamer thing, so if if I'm taking a while, I'm just trying to figure some stuff out. Okay, looks like it's doing good. What's over here? Ah, zombies, I see you. Oh, cool. Okay, so in the last episode I mentioned the daggers, which 12 melee damage compared to 13. Not too great, but you can see the speed relative to my current weapon is rather high. So yeah, let's see here. So okay, so what I'm supposed to do basically is, you see this little arrow over here, right where my little sword is pointing? That there is the objective. So what I need to do is kind of follow that. But the thing is that I tend not to follow it, just because there's usually stuff in other areas. And if I go directly to where the arrow is, usually there might be a boss, so I try to avoid it. I mean, obviously I don't try to avoid it. That sounds wrong, but I try not to go directly for it when there's potentially other places that I haven't been. So when I open this map, you could see the grayed out areas where I have yet to explore. So I try to cover as much ground as possible before actually going there. Now, in this particular map, the witches are probably the hardest to deal with because they'll throw those poison potions at you. And you really got, if you stay in there too long, they'll really get at you, so you got to be really careful. One thing also that I like about the PC version in particular, because I have a few friends that play on the Switch, is that you can actually literally point where you want to aim when it comes to firing arrows. Like when you're using a controller, you don't really have that freedom to say, hey, I want to shoot at this exact thing, like I just did with that witch. Instead, it probably would have shot at the zombie. So I don't know, it's just a preference I have, I guess. But because of that, I can't really play with a few people. So I'm just waiting for the DLC to be released that allows cross-platform. Also with the objective, you could see up at the top right what the objective is. So destroy the bruise. That's my current objective. Those little cauldrons that I just blew up. That's what I'm supposed to be hitting or getting rid of. Oh man. Alright. Where's my dog? There he is. Okay, cool. So on the bottom left, you'll see my artifacts. And what the artifacts are is they're sort of like a special tool. Right now I just summoned my dog using the little meat on a bone that you see down there. I also have a fishing rod where I can pull enemies closer to me and stun them temporarily. And I have that firework rocket, which is an arrow that explodes on impact. And let me get out of there. No, dog, come with me. Okay, never mind. He's dead. Yeah, you really got to be careful when you use the TNT. So yeah, the arrow points to the bruise. But there's more than one, so you might see more than one arrow. Like right now, there's one kind of on the bottom left underneath my inventory, and then there's the one off to the left. Stupid witches. Let's see, is there anywhere I missed? Yes, there is, over here. Now, if there's something that's slightly interesting that you can do, it likely has a cooldown. So like healing has a cooldown, and yep, that's right. Healing has a cooldown. Summoning my dog has a cooldown. Using this thing has a cooldown, but only if I hit something. And the firework rocket has a cooldown. So pretty much everything has a cooldown. It's really nice if you can find something that doesn't, or if you find armor that reduces cooldown. Such as, there's this armor that kind of looks like a wizard costume. You'll know it when you see it. Gives you a big hat. It's a rather fun looking armor. Anyways, that one gives you, I think, a 25% time reduction for your artifacts, which are the 3 things on the bottom left. And those things can really be handy, but there's certain things that, depending on the type of player, you have different priorities. For example, my priority isn't really the cooldown, it's more so protection. And the armor that I'm currently wearing has, I think, a 30% chance to negate hits. So that's my preference at the moment. You can see right here. Yeah, 30% chance to negate hits. Let's see. Crossbow. I don't want that. This I like. So, you know, I can salvage this if I wanted to. So when I play with games, when I play with friends, I mean, they do have the same missions, tier at a time. So, for example, if there's like a ton of enemies, we could go into different areas and take them on separately. It's kind of like, I don't really know how to explain it, but more or less, it's just you have 2 people playing at once. I mean, it's not all that complicated, I guess. Oh yeah, and as you saw, there's like those little golden doorways every now and then. They'll also show up on your map. You could see that little arch with, oh, there's an Enderman. That little arch with the gold on it, that's, get over here, you little pig. Alrighty, cool. Those little arches with the, so sometimes even if you don't see one, it can be really handy to use your map and be notified of their existence. Alrighty, where'd the witch go? Oh, cool, the dog got it. So yeah, I try to make it a point to explore as much as possible. If you have trouble hearing me, let me know. Ooh, I'm unfamiliar with this. So, okay, so the number of missions is actually rather short. So, I've already beaten the game, I'm just replaying through it. This time via recording. So, there is limited missions, and there's actually rather few. Up until the DLCs are released, which I don't know when that's going to be. Oh, by the way, now that I've gotten this chest, if I open my big map, you can see down here there's chests opened, 1 out of 5, and secrets found, 0 out of 1. So you can know how many little secrets there are waiting for you and why you should explore. Because if you only see that there's like 1 chest and 1 secret, sometimes it's not worth it. Oh yeah, so the TNT basically, you can see down here at the bottom right, sometimes mobs will drop TNT, and I can pick it up and throw it at them, which is always fun. I find them useful for when I enter a room that has a ton of mobs. The downside is that I can't switch back to my arrows, so I can't really go long range without using all 3 of these TNT blocks, which kind of sucks, but it's still fun to hold on to them sometimes. And in case you couldn't tell by the weapon I'm holding, there are also various weapons that do not exist in the regular Minecraft world, such as that guy's battle axe and my glaive. So there's quite a variety. If I open my inventory real quick, you'll see I have daggers. I have this scatter crossbow, which will shoot 3 arrows instead of just 1. There's all sorts of interesting little things here and there. And each weapon has like different levels. For example, this one here is 6, and then this one I have right now is 12, and the one that I have equipped is 9. So different ones have different power, like this one's 28 to 41 versus my 24 to 35. So I'm going to go with that one and get rid of this one. And then up here I have these little points to enchant with. So I can do weakening or thundering, which I'll probably go with thundering. Deals damage. Let's see, let me go with 2 of these. You'll see the first level requires 1, the second one, and I have 1 to spare, so I can put that into my bow for bonus shot. This is my favorite thing to use for bows, since, yeah, you know what, that's actually a good question. How high do they stack? I don't know. I haven't held on to all of them, but my guess is they keep on stacking until you can't, like, until you just run out of them. Because after every mission, you go back to your camp, and once you go to the camp, they go away. So you can't hold on. You can't carry them from one mission to another. Though that would be rather nice if you could. And yeah, don't mind the guy behind me. Friend, also known as my dad. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Anyways, I got my little dog following me. I got my TNT. Hey, what are you doing down here? Alrighty, gotcha. Oh, I wonder if there's a secret over there. Oh, nope. Okay. There's not. Oh, and as you may have just seen, I respawned. Down here is my sort of, I guess if you want to call it, a life count. So how many times I can be respawned. Those are the totems of undying, which are a real thing in Minecraft that I guess not many people know about. But basically all they do is they revive you. So once you run out of those, you get sent back to camp, and you'd have to start the mission over. So yeah. It's kind of a pain if you have to do that, especially if you're like right at boss fight or something. Ooh, what's over here? Alrighty, challenge accepted. I'll hold on to them, see how far I can go. The sad thing is that it means that I can't use my arrows. But who needs arrows when you have TNT? I'll likely end up holding on to them until the boss fight. Oh, okay, there goes the dog. Oh wait, I got a new bow. I should equip that. Oh, shoot. Let's see. Okay, that's like barely better, but whatever, it still works. Oh, look at that, I got more. Ah, perfect. Oh, no I can't. Okay, it looks like you can only pick up 3 at most. That's a disappointment. Oh well, I'll still hold on to these. I like these little invisibility potions. They give you a boosted melee attack right after, and they only last until you use a melee attack. But even then, they're really helpful for getting yourself out of a bind. Alrighty, looks like I'm close to the exit. Ooh, a chest. Let's see what we got. Oh, look at that. This is kind of what I was talking about. So, the little wizard hat thing. The Ember robe. Plus 40 health, burns nearby enemies, minus 25% artifact cooldown. So, plus 40 health, that's quite a significant amount. Now that takes away the chance to negate hits, although it also burns nearby enemies. And there's even more of an artifact cooldown, so that could be really handy. There's a lot of ways to go about this. Alrighty, so you see that little red ring around me? If enemies get too close to me, they'll end up burning in that. So that's always satisfying to watch. I mean, the thing is, they could still attack me, but even so. Alrighty, let's see here. Where are we? Hey, get over here. Okay. Looks like we still got a little ways to go. One thing that this game does a really good job of is making you really have to think about switching weapons, because while there might be one weapon that's really good in some situations, there's another one that's better in other situations. So you can't really have one weapon for everything, you know? Ah, I'm stuck. Dang it. Yeah, that really is how they should work. But then there would be a lot of people on fire. Probably. On the bright side, it would likely only be bad people. Alrighty, I think I remember which boss this one is, and I think I'm going to need these TNT blocks, so it's a good thing I'm holding on to them. Where am I even supposed to go? Oh, down there. Got it. Man, the freaking baby zombies are really like the worst in this. I don't get why they're so fast. Usually things with tiny legs are slow. Awesome. So, supply chest. That usually means there's a boss coming up. I think we would be right in thinking that. Let's see. Alright, I don't think we're there quite yet, but we're close. Ooh, I haven't noticed this before. Oh, how unfortunate. It looks like I had to come in from another area in order to get here. And then that was just the exit. Oh well. That was probably one of the secrets. Must have missed it. Dang, that up. Alrighty, let's go. down. There we go. It would be interesting if every time I walked through a doorway the TNT blocks fell off my head. Alrighty, here we go. This is the boss. Okay, so what I gotta do is try to kill that little pot in the middle. But these guys do pack a punch. Full. Now you can see just to the right of my heart, that's my health potion. So sometimes I find that the best thing to do is to just run around until that thing is done with its cooldown. Let's see, almost there. Almost there. I'm gonna go ahead and get my firework arrow. And the cooldown is complete. So you can see I'm getting at his health slowly but surely. And he hasn't damaged me, but still, you gotta be careful. Because now I'm really starting to take some hits. Now there is that little piece of bread down there which will give me regeneration. But the downside to that is I gotta run through all of his little minions, just like I am right now. And got it. Alright. Might as well get at some of these guys while I'm down here. God, there's a lot of them. Alrighty. Oh man, I'm low on health. Dang, look at that. So yeah, the boss is a cauldron. I don't know why, but it's very weird. I guess witches, that's why. Wow, I already had these. And they are exactly the same. Does one of them have better enchantments? Yes, it does. I am currently level 7 with a power level of 9.
Oh, you started fresh?
Yes.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Now the question is, which enchantments are better? Because I don't know. I'm going to get rid of these ones. And we're out of here. So now you're going to see the sort of general RPG reward room.
Well done.
And while I'm there, there's gonna be like these things at the bottom that are sort of like stats of the mission. So you'll see in a second. Damage taken, players downed, damage dealt. That's a lot of damage. Projectiles hit. And the damage done up here. So when you're playing with multiple players, you'll see all the players up here. And it'll show a stat below them as for who has the highest of that stat. So and I did more damage, I would have my damage here, and they would have whatever they did the best at, or higher of. So let's go ahead and open up the reward, and Soul Healer. Okay, so this is a pretty interesting thing to have. What it does is, it will give me the ability to heal myself, see 3 to 55 health, and plus 1 soul gathering. So what that means is as I kill things, I'll get their souls. And then once I have a third of this little meter down here full, I can heal to its full ability of 55 health. And now I can go in here. This is that little room I was just in when I collected the reward. Alrighty, so this here is the map. The end mission is over here in this little castle. So at the moment what remains is this little secret level over here. These 3. There's going to be 2 right here, 1 there, and 1 over here. So there's not too many levels left. Though some of them are rather time consuming. But that's usually because of the playstyle that I have. I like to go to like every little nook and cranny to see if I can find anything